Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brandon Zacarias, and I'm with Wiser Living Realty, but I'm also your local spotlight guy for Republic and also surrounding areas as well too. I'm taking a nice little detour from inside the heart of Republic to come out a little bit further to outside Republic. I mean, this is farmland, this is beautiful, and I've got my main man Cameron here with all of his amazing goats back here, and also I think there's like chickens, turkeys are back there.
There's chickens, dogs.
There's a little bit of everything out here, and this is incredible. But we're actually here really to talk about your goats. So I really want to know where all this came about, Cameron, and like how did you get started with the goat life?
Gotcha. Well, we owned a 40-acre property out of a little town called Kaplinger Mills, just up a little ways past Stockton. It was a 40-acre lot and about a quarter mile of river bluff, you know, right on the river. And we wanted areas to get clean that we couldn't access with equipment. So we brought in goats to kind of help us clean it up. We started with some small Nigerian dwarfs, but they couldn't get high enough up on the trees to really do much good or the kind of good we wanted done. So we switched to another breed that was a little bit bigger bodied and taller, and they taught us a lot. They gave us a crash course on goats and parasites and everything else. And I told myself, this isn't gonna work. I'm not out here enough to keep up with these goats, but I started looking for a wild goat that did not need anybody for assistance. And that led me to this Kiko breed. And in comparison, they have felt like a vacation, and that's what we've stuck with. So
that's incredible. Yeah. That's the way to do it. What does a normal day look like out here on the farm? Or is there even such thing as a normal day for you?
Every day is a little bit different, but there's specific steps we take. At the beginning of each day, I'm out here by 6 a.m. and I normally get both the male and female goats all fed, get the dogs fed, make sure their waters are full, and then I carry on with the rest of my day. So generally in the evenings I come out here, but that's pretty much just for enjoyment. I do have 4 bottle babies, so this season I've put a little more time in than normal. Yeah, if you can't tell which ones are my bottle babies, they're fairly apparent.
Oh, these are cute. I absolutely love them. Don't get the cord.
We had one mom that dropped 4 babies on us, and she just straight looked at me like, this ain't happening. So I took one of the babies over for her. And then we'd lost a doe that had triplets. So right now I'm feeding 4 of them all together as they're basically my babies at this point. So
okay, yeah. So do they have like that same attachment as like? Do they imprint almost?
Oh yes. Yeah. I can't even step foot outside the house without these things bawling at me or sticking their head through a fence.
So what's something about running a farm that most people would be surprised about?
I know when I first got into goats, it seems like you got to have all this fancy brand new equipment and all that, but really we've made a pretty nice herd and kept it efficient and affordable, and you know, haven't spent a whole lot on them, just let them do their thing. So.
And do you do any mowing out here, or do they just do it all themselves?
I mow where my house is in my front and backyard around the pool, but that's it. The rest of this they take care of. We are set up as a rotational grazing, so they're only on each section roughly a week, and that's to give the ground time to recover, get a little growth on it. It's generally about 7 weeks before they're on that same lot of land again.
As far as raising the goats here, you do also sell them as well.
Yes.
Aggressive. I went a little too far.
Yeah,
with
the
that
back
one.
teeth can break branches, so be careful with the back of the mouth. So,
so with the goats, do you have a moment that always like just makes you laugh with whatever they do?
Goats are goofy creatures, just in general. But what excites me or makes my heart smile, sort of thing, is the babies are known to bounce around, so that's not uncommon or anything. But occasionally, you'll have a mother that plays along with the baby goats. So when they start bouncing around, you'll see her bouncing around and twisting, and that always cracks me up. So I do enjoy seeing that.
That's great. I mean, I would just love to wake up to this every day. This is great.
You think so, but it gets kind of tiresome, you know.
So what is the most rewarding factor for building Perrodise Farms?
The rewarding factor. Well, to see how my herd has come along has probably been the most rewarding part. We've started out, we had a lot more goats, a lot different goats, and we have kept selecting the ones that thrive in our management style and our systems here. And to see that line of goat just keep developing, and each year that, you know, those goats get better and better and better, has been pretty nice. And I always say no matter what heartaches you put up with throughout the year, the minute you start having baby goats, it balances life back out again, or at least puts it back in your favor. So
yeah. No, I could definitely see that. So what is also one challenge that you didn't expect when you started?
You know, there's been different scenarios, both in the first property and the property we have here. You know, going from 40 acres to 5 acres really makes me focus on who we keep and who we don't keep.
Yeah.
That's been a big challenge, you know, because there's goats I've given the most money for and been the least pleased with.
Yep.
So sometimes it's finding that sweet spot, you know. Spending the most on a goat doesn't absolutely equate to perfect happiness with said animal.
So why is it important for you to build it here in Republic? What's the story there?
That goes back to the family. We absolutely love being in Republic. My kids were raised here in this town. They went to school here in this town. We don't want to leave this school system. We love the people of Republic. You know, originally our hopes and dreams were to eventually gravitate towards that property that we had out at Kaplinger Mills, and our hearts were here, and we decided to let go of that property and find something in the Republic area where the family and the goats could all cohabitate.
Yeah.
And this is what we ended up with.
For someone who has never heard of Perrodise Farms, why should they come to you about wanting to get into goats, or specifically these type of goats?
Well, I guess it would be the kind of person that would want one of these kind of goats is somebody that's looking for an animal that requires very minimal assistance, that's going to do what it's supposed to do. It's been tested to do what it's supposed to do, which is have babies and raise them, right? There are other animals out there. I don't know that you're going to get the same results, but we have culled and culled and culled until we had a farm that operated the way we want it to, which is with minimal amount of time, money, and labor. So
yeah, no, that's great. Now, leading into this as well, so like this is, you were explaining to me a little bit earlier, this is a pure lineage line of goats?
Yes. So the genetics of all these goats out here will all trace back to the original imported goats from New Zealand back in the 80s. So
Yeah.
Yep.
That's incredible. Now, this is also not your full-time thing.
No.
So what is your full-time job that you also do on top of this?
So I do insurance and investments with New York Life. And that's pretty much my full-time gig, or at least what I do throughout the majority of the daytime. Sometimes in the evening, sometimes into the weekend. So
Perfect.
yeah, that's the one where I spend a majority of my time.
So, I mean, with anybody that's wanting to get in contact with you as far as like either getting with goats and or getting in with insurance, like what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Oh, always by phone, and actually I use the same number for everything. It's 417-761-2571. The farm is also on Facebook if anybody wants to follow along, but it is a strange spelling. It's kind of a deviation of my last name, but it's Perrodise Farms.
And we'll go ahead and put that right here down below so you're able to see that as well. Well, that's incredible. I greatly appreciate it, Kameron.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. I'm glad you're able to come out.
Yeah, this is awesome. Now, as well as if you are looking to come and enjoy possibly the farm life of good old Republic, please go down below and either check out my website or reach out to me directly. I'd be happy to help you out with your home buying journey or your farm life buying journey out here.
You can do this too.
You can go ahead and reach out anytime, and you know what? We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.